Hello everyone. Go ahead and come to an easy seated position of your choice. I'm in hero's pose. And if this is not available for your knees, feel free to place a blanket between your thighs and your calves or even underneath your ankles and just begin to breathe, coming into the space. Gently moving back and forth, just noticing your body sinking into the earth. Placing your hands on the ground beneath you, engaging your muscles of your hands, pressing down into the earth, noticing the strength in your arms as you rock back and forth, strength in your shoulders, curling your toes and pushing your knees back towards your hips and just swiveling back and forth on your feet and grounding your feet into the earth. Connecting with your breath again. Pressing into the earth. Lifting your hips to the sky. And standing on all 10 toes. Lengthening your body from your hips. Lowering your heels back down to the earth. And just finding that grounded space, running your fingers through your hair, brushing all that excess energy off your scalp into the earth. Rocking back and forth to the balls of your feet, then back to your heels. Just rocking back and forth. Squatting down and just moving back and forth on your feet, finding that comfortable, grounded pose to move into Malasana. Elbows are on the inside of your knees. If this is not available to you, you can always sit on a prop, a pillow, or you can straighten up and stand more in a goddess pose. Bring your hands to heart center and just connect with your breath again. Allowing your hips to sink down. Feeling the opening in your hips. Placing your hands on the earth. Shifting your weight into your hands again and just rocking back and forth, side to side. Straightening your knees, lifting your hips to the sky again, up on all 10 toes. And allowing that body just to dangle from your hips again. Taking your feet, toes out to the side, heels in, and just kind of shift your hips back and forth. Noticing the stretch on the inner thigh, just a gentle stretch. On the inner thigh, maybe the backs of the thighs, shifting to the left, and then shifting back over to the right, and then walking your toes in. Your feet are about hip distance apart, maybe a little closer, continuing to rock forward on your toes and then backwards on your heels. Noticing the lengthening of your back legs. Continuing to connect with your breath, bending your body, bending your knees, and then allowing yourself to, again, just loosen and release any tension by wiggling your arms, your shoulders, and shaking your upper body, and really focusing on releasing from the hips as your body releases down towards your shoulders, then down towards your arms, then to your hands on the earth as you shake your head back and forth, shaking your head no. Your knees can be bent here as well if you need to allow your back to release even more. Think of this as more of a back release than a hamstring or back of the leg stretch. So if you need to bend your knees generously, feel free to do that. And then make your way down to the earth to all fours on tabletop. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders, and push your hips back towards your heels, really engaging your feet into the earth. Flexing the soles of the feet. Connecting with your breath. Uncurling your toes and sitting back in hero's pose again. And reclining back if that's available to you. Placing your hands behind you, fingers facing your toes. And then begin to inhale and open your chest, taking your shoulder blades back and pulling them together. And if this is not available to you because of your knees, then always feel free to sit up straight without reclining. Connecting with your breath again, lifting your chest to the sky. Slowly moving forward to child's pose, placing your head on the earth beneath you and engaging your elbows on the sides of your knees, feeling the strength of your body in the opposing pose. Lifting up as you inhale, moving back to tabletop. Taking your hands forward in front of you, moving into a puppy pose as you lower your chest to the earth. Hips are over knees, hips are in the air, and just kind of wiggle around until you feel this, where you want to come to stillness in this pose. And once you find that stillness, just begin to breathe, noticing your chest open, noticing a stretch maybe underneath your arms as you rise and move forward into up dog with bent knees. And we're just going to kind of rock back and forth here, noticing a release in our lower back and hip flexors on the front of our body. Coming back to an open leg child's pose, lengthening your spine, hands reaching out in front of you, walking forward just a little bit, and then connecting with your breath here. And as you exhale, sinking a little bit closer to the earth. Inhale as you rise, moving back into that forward stretch. Moving into a plank position with your knees lowered, or if you want a stronger practice today, taking it up to straight legs and just wiggling back and forth. Finding that strength in your entire back body, beginning to circle on your toes. Noticing how strong your back is as you lift your hips to downward facing dog. Up on all 10 toes, just finding where it feels good before you lower your heels down to the earth. Bending your knees if you choose, wiggling until you find that perfect down dog. Lengthening your spine just as you did in child's pose and just as you did in puppy. Connecting with your breath. Finding the strength, balance, and flexibility of this pose. Deep breath in on your next inhale. And exhale as you bring your knees to the earth. Arching your back as you slowly lower your hips down to your heels, back to a child's pose. Hands extended in front of you. And now bring your hands to the side of your body towards your feet. Relaxing your head on the earth beneath you. And letting your neck relax and let go of the weight of your head. Noticing your shoulders as they come closer to the earth, away from your spine. Your body is completely rounded. Connecting back to your breath again as you release your body with your next exhale. Slowly bring your hands towards your face, lifting your body up, stretching the backs of your wrists. The backs of your hands are on the earth. Leaning forward, feeling the stretch of the backs of the hands and the wrists. Peeling off, making fists and pressing your fists into the earth. And then placing the palms back to the earth, lowering your head back down. Deep breath in on your next cycle. And exhaling completely. Noticing any thoughts here that come to you, and just allow those to happen. Release. Continuing to connect to your breath. And beginning to roll your head side to side. Feeling your eyebrows on the earth beneath you. Stopping on one side if that feels good. And slowly moving to the other side. Noticing any sensations in your body. And allowing those to happen. And continuing to breathe deeply and exhale completely. Feel free to stay in this pose as long as you wish. When you decide to rise, lift your body slowly with an inhale and end your personal practice, however you choose, with deep gratitude. Thank you so much for coming. Namaste.